Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Fiers, Femme, Shamika, whichever one you want to call me. And today I want to talk about how it's been these last 8 months with my TSW, like how I feel now. It's like kind of impromptu. I was laying out catching some sun, playing with my dog today, like throwing the ball, just playing in the grass. And I just realized like I wasn't able to do a lot of that stuff for a long time, like damn near 2 years. So I'm trying to soak up the last bit of, like, I guess summer, spring, whatever you want to call it. Feels like fall out here in Georgia. I'm getting my pocket, something's in my pocket. I think it's my crystal. Yes, got my amethyst. But anyway, I feel so much better. Like I was saying in my last video, I feel so good, like mentally. I'm clear and I am making headway, like with a lot of things. I'm so grateful to God, so grateful, because it was only him that got me to this point. And even when I look back, like when I'm putting those pictures, when I'm putting those videos together, I'm gonna link my video where you can see, like, from the part where it really started affecting me all the way to now, like, well, not now, but last month. Yeah, it's like a whole transformation, like not just skin wise but inside. I've always wanted to work on, like, who I was as a person on the inside, and I feel like I'm coming out of my cocoon with that, like just growing as a, I don't want to say like spiritual, but just growing internally, like inwards. It's such a big thing for me because I never wanted to stick to just, focusing on what's on the outside. There's so many people that have what's on the outside. There's so many people that's like pretty and another person will be prettier than them and stuff like that. We should not just be, fixated on that, on vanity. And, my mom always told me that. She's like, you look good, but it's gonna fade. Not it's gonna fade like you're gonna be ugly, but that fades with time. You never know what could happen. And so you have to trust yourself from the inner being outwards. And so that's all I've been trying to attain since she handed me a journal when I was like 8 years old, all the way to now. All I've been trying to attain is this person on the inside. Like, who is she? What is she about? And I always felt like I always felt awkward and different than people. Even though I would go to schools and people would be like, oh, I want to be your friend and stuff like that. I never wanted to be like in a crowd of people. I don't necessarily like attention. I don't. For my birthdays, some people have these big parties. I never wanted to do that. I just like usually have like a dinner and go eat and buy myself something to eat and stuff like that. And I know that's awkward because a lot of people, like, my sign is an Aries, so they think like, oh, I'm supposed to just be like, life of a party and stuff like that. But I'm not like that. Like, I'm very reserved. And I've always been trying to find the happiness and love within myself through myself. And this catalyst of just having TSW, like, pushed me into like the beginning of my new life. I believe that like every decade you kind of shed your skin, and I'm 38 now. I'm 38. Can't believe I'm 38, but I'm 38, and I'm going to be, going into them 40 years soon. I don't know what that's gonna be like, but the 30s so far was like, it was a lot. I'm not gonna hold y'all. My 30s was a lot. So I'm hoping that, in the 40s when they come, I know I got 1 more year to my 30s, but in the 40s, I'm praying for prosperity. I'm praying for just happiness and peace. Ooh, my thing cut off. Just happiness and peace. I'm praying for happiness and peace. That's what I said. And just all around, like, love, not just from an outer being, but just like myself, using the tools that I have learned in the last 3 decades of my life, or 3 decades, since 2030. But yeah, if I'm saying that wrong, you can correct me in the description. But I feel really good, and what I have learned during this journey is to, like I've been saying, find that inner peace, find that understanding of yourself. Don't look for outside validation. Nobody can give you what you can give you. Like today, I was writing my book. You know, I like writing my book. I have a link down below. The link before was not working for my journals, but I have a link down below now that actually works. So you could go there and pick up a journal. I will be providing more, but you know, taking my time to come back to myself. But in my journal, I just like make sure I write myself like, I wrote, I love you. You know, you're beautiful inside and out. Like, just gotta keep reminding yourself. Give yourself like, you know, love notes. TSW has opened my mind to like, I hate to say it, but I always looked up and I always looked around, but I didn't realize like, I realized, but I just wasn't ready. Like, we are on this planet. It might seem strange. This planet is really different at times. But that's why lately I've been loving to come out here and just sit and soak up the sun. And when I get hot, I go in the shade. Because it's just like, when do you ever have time to sit and just look at the trees and be in grass and play ball, like, and skip rope? I'm just gonna enjoy this time I have in between, like, putting in those applications and figuring out what I'm doing in my next the next part of my life. I'm just soaking it up. That's what TSW has taught me, to soak up what I have right now. It might not be a lot to some people, to myself, to the old Shamika, but it's a lot for me. So I'm just enjoying it, you know. And I suggest that if it's warm where you guys are, you know, of course, be safe. If you have a backyard, go back there. I have my dog with me, so he keeps me very safe because he'll bark and stuff like that. But like, if you're going to a park, you know, go with your family. Get a tent. I remember, I think it was my 37th birthday. I made my ex get me a tent from Walmart, and we just went to the park and we got sandwiches and different things like that, and we just chilled in the park in the tent and listened to music. And you could take your devices and watch movies and stuff. I like doing things like that. I like connecting with nature, and I suggest you do that too. It's fun. Do it with your kids, with your family. Just get up one day, you know, and do it. Put your feet in the grass, you know, all that good stuff. I want to spread love, positivity, and I'm sending healing through the screen. My neck, this is how I look in the sun, of course. This is how my neck is looking. I'm going to have a video in 8 months showing you like the progress from September to October soon. It's not quite a month yet, so I like doing it on time. But that's when I'll show you my arms. My arms are taking a little bit longer, but that's fine. Because once I see progress on my face, once I see progress on my neck, it's progress here. There's always progress with God. So yeah, this video is pretty short, but I just wanted to tell you, inhale love, exhale love, and I'm sending love to everybody. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good evening, wherever you are. Peace.